Manila, September 6, 2025. Tensions erupt near Second Thomas Shoal as Philippine and Chinese vessels face off. A Philippine Coast Guard ship, on a routine resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre, is suddenly surrounded by three larger Chinese cutters. The world watches, breathless. This is more than a local dispute, it's a flashpoint in a global power struggle between the US and China. The Philippines, at the center of this storm, finds every move scrutinized by Washington and Beijing. In the US, officials monitor the standoff, aware that the Mutual Defense Treaty could draw them into direct conflict. In Beijing, leaders see the Philippines' actions as a challenge to their South China Sea claims. The Filipino crew stands firm, their courage broadcast live, a symbol of defiance. This incident reveals a profound truth. The fate of global trade and regional stability now hinges on decisions made in Manila. The Philippines is no longer a bystander. It's the fulcrum of Indo-Pacific geopolitics. Both Washington and Beijing see Manila as a grand prize, one for strategic alliance, the other for economic partnership. The Philippines is not just caught between giants, it's asserting its own ambitions and power. How Manila navigates these treacherous waters will shape the region for decades. The world's eyes are fixed on the archipelago. The stakes have never been higher. The next move could change everything. Why does the world care so much about the Philippines? Just look at a map. The archipelago sits at the crossroads of the first island chain, stretching from Japan to Borneo. For China, these islands are a barrier, bottling up its navy and limiting access to the Pacific. The Philippines controls key gateways like the Luzon Strait, vital for any power seeking to project force. For the US, the Philippines is an unsinkable aircraft carrier, a forward base to monitor and respond across the region. Its ports and airfields are essential for any Indo-Pacific strategy. Over a third of global shipping, trillions in trade, passes through these waters. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through the world economy. The Philippines can secure or threaten these arteries, giving it immense leverage. For Beijing, it's a lock on their maritime front door. For Washington, a watchtower on the alliance ramparts. Every decision in Manila reverberates in both capitals. The country's geography guarantees its central role in the great power competition. The Philippines is not just a collection of islands, it's the pivot of the Pacific. Its location is destiny. The South China Sea is the epicenter of US-China rivalry, and the Philippines is at its heart. China's 9-line claim overlaps the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, fueling constant friction. In 2016, The Hague ruled in Manila's favor, invalidating China's claims, a David and Goliath victory. Beijing rejected the ruling, doubling down with artificial islands and military assets. The US backs the Philippines, conducting freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's control. Every Filipino fishing boat harassed, every supply mission blocked, is a test of Manila's resolve and the international order. The Philippines holds the legal high ground, but faces a powerful neighbor willing to ignore the law. The South China Sea is more than water. It's a battleground for sovereignty, resources, and the future of Asia. Manila's choices here set precedents for the world. The stakes, the rule of law versus might makes right. The world is watching. The Philippines' defense rests on its 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty with the US, a promise of mutual aid. Decades of joint exercises like Balikatan have built a formidable alliance and deterred aggression. US aid, training, and intelligence are vital for modernizing the Philippine military. Yet, Manila has sometimes questioned US reliability, flirting with closer ties to China. Beijing offers military equipment and training, hoping to weaken the US-Philippine bond. The Visiting Forces Agreement, governing US troop presence, has been threatened with termination, each move watched closely by both superpowers. This on-again, off-again drama gives Manila leverage, extracting concessions from both sides. The Philippines uses the US alliance as a shield, while engaging China to manage tensions. This strategic ambiguity keeps both Washington and Beijing on edge. Manila is not a passive recipient, it's an active manager, playing giants against each other. The country's defense policy is a masterclass in balancing power. Both superpowers must continuously court Manila's favor. The Philippines is shaping its own security destiny. Its choices will define the region's military balance. The world's alliances hinge on Manila's next move. The Philippines is an economic powerhouse with a young, skilled population of over 115 million. The US has long been a top investor, especially in business process outsourcing, employing millions. China is catching up, pouring money into infrastructure through the Belt and Road Initiative. These projects modernize the country but raise concerns about debt and political influence. The US and allies counter with their own investment programs, emphasizing quality and transparency. Manila now weighs competing offers, choosing partners that best serve its interests. China is the Philippines' largest trading partner. The US remains vital for exports. This dual dependency gives Manila bargaining power, but also forces careful diplomacy. Both superpowers need access to the Philippine market and workforce. The country is an indispensable economic partner for East and West. The Philippines is a digital battleground in the US-China tech rivalry. With high internet usage, it's a prime market for 5G and digital infrastructure. Huawei offers advanced, affordable networks. The US warns of security risks and pressures Manila to exclude Chinese tech. The choice pits cost against security, forcing tough decisions. Meanwhile, Filipino startups are booming, attracting investment from both American and Chinese giants. The country's decisions on data privacy and cybersecurity will shape regional standards. Aligning with US tech strengthens the democratic bloc. Choosing China expands digital authoritarianism. The Philippines is a key player in the global tech race. Its digital future will influence the rules of the connected world. The stakes are as high online as they are at sea. The Philippines' value isn't just its location, it's what lies beneath. The South China Sea holds vast oil and gas reserves, critical for China's energy security and Manila's economic hopes. Developing these resources could transform the Philippine economy, but joint exploration is a geopolitical minefield. Partnering with the West reinforces international law. Partnering with China risks legitimizing its claims. The archipelago is also part of the Coral Triangle, with rich fisheries vital for millions. Illegal fishing, often by foreign fleets, threatens this maritime wealth. The US and allies help Manila patrol its waters, supporting food security. On land, the Philippines is rich in nickel, copper, and gold, key for green technologies. As demand for these minerals soars, both the US and China compete for access. The country's resources are a new front in the great power rivalry. The Philippines' ties to the US and China run deep, woven from history, culture, and people. American colonial rule left a legacy. English democracy and pop culture are part of daily life. Over 4 million Filipinos live in the US, forming a powerful bridge between nations. These personal links create trust and a resilient alliance. With China, ties go back centuries. Trade, migration, and a vibrant Filipino-Chinese community. Beijing appeals to shared Asian heritage, seeking to position itself as a natural partner. This dual identity gives Manila unique diplomatic leverage. It can speak the language of democracy with Washington and shared history with Beijing. The Philippines acts as a bridge builder, comfortable in both East and West. Its diplomats shape regional conversations, amplifying its influence. Culture is Manila's secret weapon in global diplomacy. The Philippines is not a pawn, it's forging its own destiny. By leveraging US-China competition, it turns vulnerability into influence. National pride and resilience define the Filipino spirit, visible in every maritime standoff and public debate. The people demand respect for sovereignty. No foreign power can dictate Manila's path. As a founding ASEAN member, the Philippines shapes regional security and champions a rules-based order. Its leadership emboldens others facing similar pressures. Manila is neither a puppet of the West nor a vassal of the East. It's an independent force, a vital partner, and a rising power. Both superpowers need the Philippines, but the archipelago is charting its own course. In the great game of the 21st century, the Philippines is a player, not just the board.